Welcome to the Lab Test YouTube channel. Here we are going to discuss about the TestStand. So if anyone interested to get a job in TestStand or they are really looking at professional experience in TestStand, please subscribe our channel. And also if you have any specific requirement, we are so happy to help you. Today we are going to discuss about programmatically creating variables in TestStand. So one thing I would like to remind you that you don't need any program requirement. If you just get into the YouTube channel, we are bringing you from the zero experience level to the hero experience level. Thank you. And today we are going to discuss about the programmatically creating the variable in TestStand. So I'm going to open the TestStand. So I'm going to open the TestStand in 2020. That's why the screens are like these and other screens are something different. So I'm just going to open a new sequence. Either I can open by clicking there, or if I go to the file, or then I can click new sequence, or control N. Any of the things are okay. So I open sequence file 6. Then I'm just going to insert a pop-up, message pop-up, and I'm going to edit that message pop-up. Today what we are going to do that dynamically or programmatically call a variable in TestStand. That's the one. I'm just making some heading to get a better understanding. And okay, let us start our work. So we insert a statement, and what the statement is like a my info. I'm just trying to call the function. So this is the function, and here we are writing a code. So basically what's the difference between the static and dynamic function is that we just creating a variable over here local. If you are in any parameter, we are creating a variable, but here we dynamically call the variable. That means this will only work when we are running the script, and if you are not running the script, the variable will be null. So there are plenty of the options in the run state engine. So this is the place all the secrets are hide in a TestStand. So we will dig this one in a more coming videos. And I would start with the run state. Then if I just put the dot, then I will get that. Then I'm going to the main. Then again, we don't need this as accidentally open, so I just close that one. And if I click main, you can see many applications over here, but just a stick on the one we are discussing today. Then after we will go remaining thing coming days. So I'm just creating a variable in the locals, and the variable called new subproperty. This is the one we are going to discuss today. Okay, fine. Then I'm going to this what is the structure of the new subproperty, that we have to type the string name or the variable name. Then we have to type the value type, then array parameter as a number, then yeah, it's a string, then number. So I will show you that one in detail. So what is your name? That will be the first thing. My name is John, or what's your name is then this name I type as a string. So we can call string, number, boolean, or anything. This is a string. Then if I just I put a comma one more time, sorry, yeah, then comma, then what is the next? We have to as a boolean as array. We don't have any boolean, so that's why we say false. Then the string as array, so we just define an empty string. Then the number option, so we just type 0. So that's pretty everything, and we can easily check. Then by the tick mark, then we get 0 error. So that's pretty everything over here. Then I insert one more sequence to assign the value over it. For example, because locals, what I'm assigning, because I did usually I will right click here and assign the number or string, but here what I assign, that I assign local dynamically the name. So I call that one. So locals dot name, then I can just define that a name is John, whatever. So that's pretty. Then again I'm going to check this one. Okay, no error. Then I want to display the insert, and if I want to display, then I will write your name is, then I just plus sign, then again I'm going to display locals dot name. So this is the one with the everything. Again I'm going to check this for there's a no error. So we can basically check. I just like add the breakup point to run one step after other step. So if you have any doubts so far, please let us know in the comment box. So we are happy to help. So in the then after what we are going to do, that we're just going to run the script. So for now, I'm just not going to save. Then UET, you can just type your serial number, whatever. So then first dynamically call a variable. That's our function today. Then if I just go to the first step, it's coming to the first step. What happened to the first step is that um, we know we going to create the variable name. So if I just going to run this is like a step over to use to step run one by one. So if I run the first step, you can see that it automatically create the variable name. Before there was nothing, now it's automatically create the name. Now I want to type the value over here. That's why I'm going to run the next line. So now my value is John here. Then I was like I'm exiting this one. So then print that your name is John. So if I just exit here, okay, I'm terminate this one for a while because I just want to show you something more today, that how to add numbers and string along with the same. So for example, if you say I want to not only I want to add name, maybe I want to add age. So what we are basically do, just like I put the comma, then I put the copy and paste, or just like you can type it one more time. Then what are the changes? Run state main local. So we are creating the new name as age, but my age I typed like 40 or 50, then that's not a string, that's like a number basically, or the number. So I'm just like typing the number type and remaining everything is okay. Then again they were asking that um, whether you are happy or not happy. Then again this happy or not, like I'm just saying that okay, are you happy, true or false, or it's like I'm typing true or false. So that one we have to type boolean. That's the three changes I can see. I can show you. And initially this boolean is false and value is 0. That's why when we are defining this one, very first time the value is 0 and string is empty and the boolean is false. We are just like making a default condition. Then the next line, so even though you can assign all the values and everything over here, but I'm just assigning a second line, that first I assign my name, and the second one what I want to type that my age. So again locals dot age, you can see that there is no values or the parameters over here. This will be only appear while it's running, otherwise nothing going to happen. So locals dot age, and what's my age, I'm going to type that 40. Then the third one is this comma. Then the third one is locals dot are you happy, that was the value or the parameter. Then I say true, that's my variable. So we can check the spelling. A is capital, H is capital, so age and happy. And so the first one is string, second one is number, and third one is boolean. So again here the first one is string, the second one is number, and third one is boolean. And we can just like check my code is true or not. Then it says that locals dot age is wrong, and I don't know what wrong it is. And if you are certain that expression will evaluate correctly at the runtime, you may ignore the error for using the notification drive to suppress the error. So they were saying that there is an error in the age. So I don't know. So sometimes you have to always check the spellings and everything like that. So make sure that this is the comma. I think that's pretty everything. And we are going to run this script right now. Okay. Then dynamically call the variable. So when you call the variable, so we are on this line. So in this line, when I'm going now, it's like get into this one. These are not executed yet. So when we are executing, it will generate three variable. Let us see. So you can see that it's generate three variable: name, age, and happy. Happy false, age 0, and name is there. When I'm going to run one more step, you can see name is John and age is 40 and is happy. Then oh, I didn't updated my display, so you only get the your name is John. But yeah, I'm just complete this one. Again, I go to the sequence one more time and I'm upload my message pop-up. This is one of the good practice that not to complete the programs before you compile each and every stage, run the system and see that is any error or not, and if you find any error, so just like change that one accordingly. So that's a good practice when you are running to the program. So again, what I'm going to do that I'm just like um, plus, so maybe I would say okay, and I would add your age is, and my age is store in locals dot age. Then what's next, that are you happy? Just to put uh, are you happy? It's like in this question we are generally asked true or false. Then in this variable what we are going to do that we add plus locals dot happy. That's my variable name. So that's pretty everything. So if I just like say okay, there is unknown variable property name local stage, like there is uh, yeah, I will show you because sometimes when we are doing this one, okay, I will run this one first and then I will show you something. So nothing but it's like we start dynamically call a variable. Again, the first step when it's executed, then what happened? It's like generate the three variable name, age, and happy over there. Then again, if you go for the second time, you will John 40 true, and if you go for a one more time, you can see some ignore. So there is like a error, and error occurred evaluating a message expression. Specify the value does not have the unexpected type. So the type is the issue. So if you can just like either copy this one and search in internet, or I will show you what exactly the error. So I'm just to terminate this one for now to find out the what is exact error. And if I just go to the sequence one more time, because in default, not only TestStand or Python, any program, most of the programs in default it will stay as a string. So in TestStand we have to define this is a string. And even though it was okay because but it's like we change all are in the same data type, otherwise it won't work. So because one is string and other is in a different form, that's why I'm just like converting everything into this one. And let us see one more time. We can just run this program, run. Okay, dynamically call the variable, and it's like now there is nothing. Then without creating any variable, it will generate three variables: name, age, and happy. Assign that value. Then now you can see that your name is John, your age is this one, and the age is 40, and are you happy? True. So that was the reason that you were not compare like a change all the values in the same data type. So make sure that you change all are in the same data type before you are type or the displaying the value, otherwise it won't happen. So one more time I can show you that, like when you are changing, sorry, in this one you have to change this like we know that age is in a number, so you have to change to str to string. So the happy is a boolean, you have to change to the str. So that's like a way we are getting that value. Thank you.